Happy Information Wednesday, Chalyce McQueen here. Per my teaser video, I'm talking about some common and costly mistakes that I see people make regarding their auto insurance on a regular basis. So I want to dissect those for you so you don't make those same mistakes. So the first mistake that I want to definitely write home on is people allowing their auto insurance to lapse. So whether it's more than 30 days or less than 30 days, that does not matter per se. In terms of there's certain insurance companies that will flat out not even consider you for coverage because you don't have continuous coverage. For example, using Farmers and MetLife will not consider you with lapse of coverage, whether it's 2 days or more than 30 days, it doesn't matter with them. So Bristol West is the only company that I can offer to my customers in terms of having lapse of insurance coverage. Now, what happens on a rating scale? So when it comes to having lapse of coverage for less than 30 days, you're going to see a surcharge in your rating of an average of 15%. Anything above 30 days, you're going to see a surcharge of 35% in addition to what you normally would see for your premium. So it's really important to make sure that you're not going to quote unquote screw yourself by having lapse of coverage while you're shopping or trying to find a better. Like I was saying, when you're shopping for your policy, you get your renewals typically 45 days in advance anyways. That's the prime time to start shopping, either with your current carrier, making sure you have all adequate discounts applied, any opportunities, can they shop you somewhere else? And then, of course, contacting other carriers to find out how they stack up. So do your due diligence, take your time, you have it, do not let your insurance lapse. On my list, which I talk about all the time, is not having adequate insurance coverage. Again, people are so price focused that they really don't pay attention to what their needs are, what the risk is for having that state minimum coverage. Again, state minimum, as far as I'm concerned, is having zero protection. The only one that you're appeasing and basically providing happiness to is the Department of Motor Vehicles. You, on the other hand, are going to be in a world of hurt if you actually have a major accident. So do not compromise coverages based on price. Speaking of price driven, a lot of people will go to a company that may not have the best reputation because, again, they're just trying to get in the door and save some money. You need to pay attention to what their claims experience looks like, their overall financial situation. How deep are those pockets? Is that someone that you really want to be standing behind you if you were involved in a major lawsuit? The answer is probably not, so pay attention to that. Also, considering price, when you're shopping, make sure that you're comparing apples to apples. Do not undercut your current coverage. Try to save a buck or two. It's not worth it. And also considering apples to apples, consider service versus not. Are you currently with a company that provides service, or are you not? Because let me tell you, service is everything. If you're involved in a major accident, do you want to be bounced around by 1-800 number with hold times greater than 3 hours? Let me tell you, I experience it, so I know. And then, of course, be bounced around to several different people, not having one point of contact to get your concerns and questions answered. The answer is no. Service is everything, and you always get what you pay for. Second to last on my list is not actually reporting all your drivers in your household. This is very common with our children, our youthful drivers. When they get permitted, we don't think of automatically contacting our insurance agent. And although a permitted driver is not actually rated on the policy, meaning they cost us nothing, it's important to make sure that they're listed as a driver. In the event they did have an accident, even with you in the vehicle, you have some adequate protection from your insurance agency. Again, not all insurance companies are created equally, so make sure you just have all your I's and T's crossed, your I's dotted and T's crossed. And then also regarding, of course, youthful drivers, it's important once they are an actual driver that we do our due diligence, we shop our policy, make sure that all our discounts are applied, we are not missing any opportunity because youthful drivers are expensive. End of story. Last but not least, and it definitely kind of ties into my last point, is just making sure you continuously update and audit your policies. Again, renewal is a prime time for this. You get notices way in advance. Have the conversation with your agent. Hopefully it's me, so you're in good hands. But you want to make sure we're talking about any life changes, just trends that I'm seeing. Are we underinsured? Are we overinsured? Which, again, I don't think that exists, but matter of opinion. And that life change I just referred to, such as having our youthful driver, adding our child to the policy. That's a prime example of a great time to get an umbrella policy. Your risk exposure just went completely through the roof, and you want to make sure that adequate protection for yourself, your family, and your assets. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's conversation and hopefully learned a thing or two about what not to do with your auto insurance. Remember, I am here to be your advocate, using it as a resource. I'm very knowledgeable and I have incredible products that are, of course, service-backed and backed by a major brand, so you know that your pockets are not going to be dipped into, because ours will. As always, give me a call at 602-525-5665 or email me at cmcqueen@farmersagent.com. Remember to ask yourself, are you protected? We'll see you next